Welcome to our Behind the People interview series, Alina. We're really lucky to have you here today and looking forward to all of the gems of advice that you'll be able to share. I'd love to first of all introduce you. So if you could please let us know a little bit about what you do.
Right, so I'm the co-founder and learning strategist at Business Academia. And what we do is management consultancy, design, innovation, and learning for organization transformation. So we work with corporates as well as with higher education institutions.
Yeah. And what are the biggest challenges in the industry right now relating to talent?
Well, you know, I was reading this McKinsey report that quotes the Bank of America, Forrester Analytics, I guess, and they were stating that there has been a 10 years growth in the US e-commerce penetration happening only in 3 months. This is a very, very fast pace, and comes back to my point of the quantum leap, right? And if you agree with me, we were not used to this fast pace. This sudden change brings, on one hand, resistance. That is resistance to change. That's human and it's normal. And then on the other hand, it brings opportunities. I want to quote Simon Sinek for this, that talks about the infinite mindset. I would say our ability, so we need talent, we need these people, these professionals that have the ability of being versatile and also resourceful.
Yeah.
To stay in the game.
Yeah.
Right. So we notice a transition from, for example, having the security coming from maybe one source that is, you know, I'm a professional, I work in this department and I do this, towards a more self-sustained, if you want. For the talent challenge is how to support those that have that fixed mindset to transit into what is required right now. So that would be one set of a challenge. And on the other hand, for the opportunities side, is also how to constantly learn and relearn and unlearn. Yes, for those that really have this infinite mindset and they want to stay in the game no matter what.
How would you say the learning and development ecosystem has been able to diagnose employee needs and drive performance during this year?
I guess that initially it's the L&D as well as other departments and the HR as well. They were much more in the first phase of this current situation about stabilizing the situation, right? And then supporting their colleagues, for example, with tips on how to work from home, or managers or leaders how to manage their teams remotely and from this digital space. So I guess that initially it was much more on the, you know, supporting the organization to exist in a different asset, yeah. And then now I guess you see a lot of production has been slowed down and a contraction in spending. So I guess that for L&D is how to support those people to stay connected with the brand, stay connected with the product or the service that they are doing, and be on the top of the game. So issues such as mental health, issues such as mindfulness or emotional intelligence, I guess that those are much more important. And later on, we will see how this L&D could actually come and support with much more business, if you want, related topics. But nevertheless, I would say if the L&D assures that the people have the right mindset and they have the enough support to perform in a different scenario like the one that we have now, I guess, of course, that impacts productivity. It's a bit of a testing what are the areas that are most important right now for an organization to thrive. And I guess the first one is how should this survive first? Yes, so stabilizing the boat and then trying to, get everyone charged to accelerate, I
Yeah.
guess.
And were there any new skills that you've needed to learn, or any surprises that you've experienced as a result of the crisis?
Yes, of course, of course. I have a lot of stories. So for instance, we had we had a very short time to change and to pass on to digital all of our learning programs, as I mentioned before. So in that particular circumstance where we could not physically meet, then overnight pivot, and I needed to assume the roles of a film production, I guess, where you had this more than 80 people on the platform for more than 2 days. And you needed to keep the engagement, you needed to keep the interaction, you needed to, get through the message, have all this learning moments that are not, of course, top down. For us, we believe in experiential learning.
Yeah.
And it was really fantastic, and the feedback that we got was extremely positive. In fact, then our USP transformed to developing all these digital learning programs that are super engaging, and we really succeeded to establish that collaboration in between countries, something that they physically didn't manage to do.
Congratulations. And it just shows that you actually have what it takes to, completely pivot. You didn't think you were going to have to do that, but when the moment arose, you had the mindset. And thank you, Alina. Some amazing pearls of wisdom there.
Most
Some
welcome. Thank you.
awesome takeaways for us and for our audiences on the learning and development ecosystem and what